who will be delivering you the action via the commentary. Take it away, guys.
A big thanks to Desk. Well, we've got a real game on our hands. All three maps for a match of this caliber. You have to love it. Jason, who have you got winning this one?
I predicted mousesports to take this. I'm going to stick with mousesports.
All right. Through the good and the bad, I suppose.
Good and the bad.
Well, let's see.
Believe in Rops.
He might well be the one to do it. He's been very crisp. Let's see. G2 going to be starting on the T side, mousesports on the TT side, and it looks like we could see just an immediate explosion. Oh, actually, they're going to be slinking towards the ramp instead.
Yeah, this almost looks like a little bit of a fake. They've pulled Rops away from ramp room, so free access downstairs as well. But Woxic is already starting to rotate below. Now, how does G2 exactly do this? They don't have any utility to block off the windows. That's a big fight to win for Kenny, and Nexa builds onto Kerrigan as well. 2-man advantage for the G2 attack.
And, I mean, that just makes this bomb plant so much easier than having to worry about the flank that heavily. Nice little fake out there for Chris, just strafing back and forth and taking out Jax. But bomb is planted, and now it's a 2-on-4. And sure, yeah, they're going to double peek at either side with the Glocks. That's such an efficient way. Chris still getting a lot of kills in this round, but can it matter at the end? Frozen gets overwhelmed, and that will be G2 off to a good start here. Double for him, double for Kenny. And I asked Henry in the green room who's going to win. He said G2, and he said it was going to be, because this is my other question, it's going to be Hunter top fragging with 24 kills.
Oh.
So that's a
Okay.
a lot of predictions all in once.
Yeah, that is a lot of. Well, here's what I found really interesting. Kerrigan and Frozen are guarding the upper bomb site. That was the two players that that Jacob just said you needed to show him something if mousesports was going to win. So they're both in the same bomb site, and I mean it makes sense. If they don't show you anything, then obviously that bomb site and the upper bomb site is just going to be lost each and every time. Oof.
There was a gap in that smoke, but they actually just re-smoked it on top. So people have got fairly quick at doing that because that Molotov that you throw down from the CT side to stop the smoke from landing has just become so common.
Yeah, it's a timing game nowadays. Lower bomb site we go. It's just Rops up against the door. He's the only one here.
Ooh, I might actually retract that statement about re-smoking it. I think it was something else that happened.
Okay.
But we'll see.
He just shot his teammate. He just shot Rops. Woxic has given away his position, has shot him in the kneecap. Ooh, Rops is going to be frustrated.
Yeah, I think everyone will. I mean, at least it's in a round like this where maybe you can't expect too much. Chris actually getting headshots, 2 of them with the Deagle. So pretty interesting round. Frozen, though, it's a little bit too much to handle with the CSAT 75. So G2 will get the round, and a bit of confusion early on there. I'm not sure. I think maybe the smoke just, normally that smoke, it sort of lands and it bounces into place.
Okay.
I think it landed right on top of the Molotov and just, you know, kind of did what it was supposed to. So, like, think about if you could change the smoke pattern, because normally the smoke that gets blocked is actually the one that lands further away.
Yeah.
And I think that wasn't the case. Yeah, I think it just lands more or less right on top. Maybe I'm wrong. It'll be fun to see.
Here's the thing. You said you wouldn't be too upset because that round, I mean, Chris J gets those 2 Deagle kills, and if Rops is in a position, he can build on that.
Yeah,
so I think indeed you are frustrated. We also saw Woxic looking a little bit frustrated and stressed out at the end of the last map, so there's good reason for him to continue being stressed out and frustrated. We'll see how the mental state of mousesports continues throughout this map.
Frozen upgrades a pistol there after the death of Kerrigan. And that means he's got the Zeus. Yeah, I was going to say, otherwise he wouldn't be able to use the Zeus. He still might not actually be able to, because now they were inside of the bomb site, so that, yeah, pistol's going to be better. No use in trying to Zeus anyone at this point in time. He's still trying for it. Just get the kills if they're at range. That makes a lot more sense. A little bit of a tap away, but he'll get taken right out. And that leaves Robs. The bomb is far away. I mean, if Robs could intercept someone here, I don't think he can win the round, but he could certainly make it a bit expensive. Actually, he's already dinked and aim punched and just wants to escape. Not allowed.
Not allowed. 3-0 for G2. AKs come out. Almanek's still going to keep the MAC-10 in for the CT side. No AWP just yet. Woxic has the chance to pick it up. He's got plenty of money for it, and he does grab it right at the end. So 4 rifles, there's only 1 kit. That's on Chris J. Going to miss some of the utility, but they've got a really solid buy to get started on the right foot.
Yeah, they've set themselves up in a decent way here. The AWP on Woxic outside. If there is any gap in that smoke, could get dangerous. Yeah, ooh, there's the second smoke coming down. It's good that Amanek managed to just pause himself there, he would have run right into the shot. Close, just a guess through. And that allows a bunch of people to get down to the lower part of the map, while Kenny, they don't even think about it. That's a huge gap in the defense. As Frozen goes down, Walkstick at least will get the one refrag there, and Chris will help out. A lot of trading. It looks like mousesports, at least in the health department, have come up way ahead.
Well, Rops is starting to relocate to the lower bomb site as well. But this is a big play. Jax, this flank up towards heaven can be so brutal, and he just heard footsteps of someone running away, so he might even just assume there's no one going to be up here. Turn the corner. Woxic can't stop him at the moment. Woxic not looking up, and that leaves Kerrigan in the worst position possible. Upper bomb site. He has no idea getting into heaven is even a possibility. The freest of kills. And now Jax, he's heard Woxic this whole time. He's heard the AWP scoping in.
Yeah. And how do you can't really get up there. Oh, he's trying to get out, but Jax absolutely aware. That's that information from earlier.
Yeah.
He had no doubt that someone was around there. So Robs might as well
save the weapon. Yeah, 4-0 now. Okay.
Throwing the bomb into the fire.
Doesn't seem like the smartest idea.
It's fine, it's C4, it's activated with electricity.
Okay.
Fire won't do it. Rob's 1 versus 3, yeah. Just, again, trying to save the M4 the best that you can right now. That was a lot of back and forth trading. If you looked at the health, it's like it is right now. 11 health on Hunter, 44 on Jax, but they just lost the map control. And I guess that highlights one of the issues of playing CT side Nuke. If you lose track of where the T's are.
Well, yeah, especially in a map like this where, I mean, you know, you even said it, didn't even expect the peek in through mini. Woxic obviously likely called the smoke wall outside, called people crossing down a secret, but no one really prepared for anyone to turn in towards mini, so maybe some miscommunication. Equally, could have been some miscommunication about heaven being open, so Kerrigan was a free kill as well. That's 2 kills in the round that mousesports takes that they don't even have a chance to respond. They don't even know it's coming. They just get, you know, trucked from behind.
Yeah. You have to hope that the kind of gap there by mini, because I actually think this should almost never happen. I agree that's exactly what happened. Woxic said, you smoke outside, they're probably going downstairs. But it can't be just an assumption.
No, and that's why there's so frequently there's you know, we see so many players just playing permanently in that mini garage to lead into the upper bomb site, so you can have the information, you can help spam, you're at least a warning system for the other players playing in the upper bomb site.
Yeah.
See if maybe that's an adjustment for mousesports in the future.
Alternatively, Frozen gets off the hut, right?
Yeah.
The problem is he's so exposed in that position, and I mean, he could just stay crouched and look at mini the whole time. But again, he obviously wasn't, so that makes me a bit nervous with the defense. We'll see if that is going to be a feature for more of this.
If that's a trend, then this is going to be a really, really quick game. Because mousesports, you know, if they can't fix that, if they can't overcome it, then I mean, you just don't have a chance on your CT side. 4-0, plenty of money as well for G2.
Ooh, Chris J running right through with the deagle. He just got flashed in there from Woxic. That's pretty impressive. He's picked up an AWP. They got to be really careful. Actually, he'll take down Amanek. And now up on the silo here, Hunter would love a return. He's seen him down, and he'll catch Chris at the very least. Makes a fall down and keeps on running, but he didn't realize that actually right at the edge is Robs, and if he pushes through now, he might just win the fight. He will with a headshot. Back into a 2-on-3, so...
Okay. That took all bullets through the wall. Next one needs to get a kill quick, but it's not going to happen. What a round from... Chris Trey is just a playmaker.
Yeah.
He's just... I feel like we say it frequently, so it still does kind of confuse me a little bit, but he's got to be one of the most underrated players in the professional scene.
Strangely, yes. I mean, you see his name brought up, and I thought that little piece that they were playing earlier about the other players commenting on Chris actually framed it really nicely. You sort of you hear the respect, I think, in their voices, right? Now, Chris has also had an interesting career because at the start of Go, people talked about him in very much the same way, and then he had a massive drop-off. And, you know, the expectations were built so high, everyone thought this is going to be the next superstar player, and he went, you know, AWOL for a long time, and then he came back and actually lived up to it, just, you know...
Reinvented himself as an in-game leader, an SMG player.
Yeah. He took on, that's the mad part. He took on an even more difficult role and then fixed his own game at the same time. It's so crazy to think about. Not enough has been said about that.
Oof, good pick.
Woxic, yeah, he goes down to Kenny. That's a fight that's been going on across all 3 maps in the series. And jumping back into the grenade there.
Defense is going to be tough now. Frozen downstairs. Kerrigan huddled up next to the vents. You still have Chris J up in the rafters. He's kind of peering towards Mini and towards Heaven. I think he's going to want to relocate to somewhere a bit more covered from one side. He's got Rops watching Heaven as well, so this is okay for the moment. They can still go above Rops, so Chris J, attention is still divided.
The timing is everything. Robs, can he actually make this whole attack fall? He sees one, he transfers it. Hunter almost just walked into the shot. That's amazing. 3 versus 3 now. The bomb is down. Robs is just looking at it, and he sees the shadow as well. He knows that someone is still up there. He's thinking about when to actually hit this, but there's only 20 seconds. They might want to just wait now, mousesports. Don't try and take the fight. He gets another headshot. Robs with the triple. That's so impressive. 10 seconds left now. Yeah, they can't even really get to it, can they? They had that. Shoot him through the wall. Can he go for it?
Yeah, you might as well go for the 1.6 spam. 4 seconds left. He's up, and yeah, I mean, Chris J has just pushed towards lobby.
Round. If he shot him on the T roof.
That would have been wild.
We would have had to call the police.
We would have just disconnected the servers.
Yeah, that's it.
Just finished the event right there.
Yeah, don't even try.
That is a round-saving performance from Rops. I don't know if he heard maybe footsteps of jumping up or anything like that, but he seemed to have the idea of what they were doing. This is a round where G2 had a great advantage.
Yep.
And he played a great round as well. This is just all ripped out of their hands by Rops.
That initial lineup is... You think you're about to hit 3 men into the, into Heaven, and it's going to be really quick, and then suddenly they're all gone. Vent dive, Hunter at least thinking about it, delayed it for a bit, but still able to navigate the smoke, which is more tricky than it seems. But he's going to get caught. Nexa also walking right into that shot. That AWP, again, it's going to have a lot of an output here. Get at least a kill on Frozen.
Yeah, clotheslines Frozen as he tries to transition into the bomb site. 2 on 4. Jax is in a pretty sneaky position. If he can find Rops, that'd be massive. Rops with only 15 health. If he can get that kill and kind of really cause some confusion in this mousesports defense, unfortunately, Rops is on point. So it's all down to Kenny.
Tricky with the AWP, but again, every kill is going to count right now. He's certainly thinking about it. That's so quick. What a joy it is to watch Kenny play this game throughout all these years. 48 seconds left. Up on the hut now, trying to reposition to catch someone off guard. He's going to get a kill on Robs, but he doesn't realize there's a guy right behind the silo. He fakes it out a single time, but he's not even thinking about it. I mean, it's so much to ask. The fact that he even got all 3 kills there, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you have to admire that. Jumping up on the hut as well. And again, just the kind of Kenny where those rounds feel believable is a great new feeling when you watch Kenny S go for a clutch. 3-4, mousesports coming back into this game after taking an early punch to the face. They had to win a Deagle round. They saved 1 M4 and then came in with upgraded pistols. That's what started this 3-round streak.
Yeah, they've been hanging on, and yeah, credit to them.
Now, G2 making a pretty cool decision that round with the economy as well. The saved AWP, pick up some upgraded pistols behind it, 1 player of utility, blow open the door, try and get those pistols fast-paced and really aggressive and confuse this defense, swarm them in the upper bomb site, see what you can get. It doesn't pan out, but it leaves them flush for cash in this round. They can have anything they want. Now they open up the playbook and you can dig deeper.
You see what they want to do. Just the fact that they managed to shoot Frozen in the back from Mini that 1 round, it's not like they have to go back and exploit that immediately. It might be one of those things you just write down in the back of your mind saying, hey, that was a thing. Let's revisit it a bit later on. Let's see if they, they don't immediately realize it's a weakness or they don't think about it, and then we'll try and hit it later on. So, again, that's what I'm looking for. Are they going to try and do that somehow? You can do that very quick. You can be up on that silo. You can just jump down Mini and be there almost immediately. So, I'd love... yeah, one of those crunches from Lobby and Mini at the same time early on in the rounds. The Deagle and Kenny, though, I guess that's a bit of a downgrade.
Yeah, that one's a bit rough. Being very patient at the moment, though.
Yeah, they're setting up. I mean, they have all the Molotovs, so they're gonna firebomb everything inside of this. And Kerrigan,
there's 3 players in the upper bomb site though for the mousesports defense.
Yeah, Kerrigan is gonna be Molotov, and if he falls down the hut, that's gonna be Molotov too. He could maybe still get out, but he's going to have to try. If they really do this and they actually come through with it, he's going to have to run while they're trying to see if they can break their way in. They're going outside with the bomb, so it might just entirely be a bit of a fake, but with no one to follow it up, I'm not sure how much of a fake it actually is.
Molotov's missed Kerrigan. Nothing burned him off of his perch. He's still up there with 100 HP, so just missed its mark. If they try and come through mini, they're probably going to think that's clear. Although at least Chris J, he's rotated down the ladder, so he's not part of this defense anymore. Smoke up over at Squeaky Door, trying to disjoint the attack. Frozen gets one, and he's down. They're not clearing Kerrigan because they thought the fire would have done it, but still, he doesn't get a kill. Chris J's arrived and trades all across the board as we go. One-on-one, Amanek versus Woxic, and it's finished. That hit took way too long to come to fruition. They could never deliver the knockout punch.
Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I feel like the strength of that strategy is that it's so weird that mousesports just have no idea, because that I could get behind the idea of throwing grenades into the A-bomb site to fake, to go ramp, to go, I don't care where you go afterwards, but throwing the grenades in itself is not a fake. It's not going to do enough, basically. You have to do more. Now, I agree with you, probably what they want to do was burn out those positions so that they could, you know, come in from mini and do it, but yeah, I think mousesports was so confused about the huge delay between everything. They were just like, why are they not showing up? Robs gets run down through the smoke. Just not enough production out of that M4. And Kerrigan just decided to try and pull the trigger. 4-on-4. Amanek actually hits the headshot on Frozen. Medium range with the MAC-10.
There's no head armor either, so
yeah,
that's an easy cleanup. And oh, this is going to be so tough. I actually think mousesports might just want to think about saving this. They're all disjointed, coming from different angles. Chris J is going to come down vents. I guess he'd have to try and meet up with Woxic, who's smoked off, but you don't want to risk that AWP. Kerrigan's in ramp room. I don't think they can do it.
Especially Woxic trying to take one arm of this bomb site alone with the orb. They're getting the kills, and Woxic actually lands that one. Now Nexa in the bomb site. Smoke goes up for the door. Actually, Nexa might enjoy that for a minute. He has a smoke of his own. I don't think he could really throw it easily. They come through, and Nexa will find a way to shut them down. A quad kill on him, and everyone's excited on the G2 side.
They actually did a much better job than I expected those initial fights to go. I didn't see them being able to work together, but when they all go their way, the tough part is Nexa with that one kill. They're so low on HP after the earlier engagements.
Why did that smoke land in the door? Is there something? Oh, it's thrown there. It's the guy that he kills.
It is curious. Perhaps some miscommunication from the mousesports side, but that smoke really ruined that retake. We can just say it. Made that much more difficult. If they can just peek, if they can just both swing wide, double peek in that doorway without any smoke there, everything's visible, no way Nexa gets a double kill there.
Door is open. Orb versus Orb. Not seeing each other yet, but Woxic has an idea. Kenny on the other side fires the trigger and actually gets another chance at it at a secondary player. Not connecting, and they'll back on out of there.
It's a lot of utility used now, and mousesports have one HE grenade for the rest of this round. 1 minute and 20 seconds that they have to play with no nades. And if you're, I guess if you're mousesports, you're hoping Woxic just gets really active across the map with this AWP.
Or maybe Robs with the M4 here. I mean, if he could get a headshot and fall back, that could make it interesting. There's no one to throw flashbangs from him, which otherwise is a popular way to try and sneak in a kill outside. Woxic is getting close. They don't have any flashbangs, so.
Yeah, it's looking rough out there. There's Woxic, top of heaven over the smoke. He's got Hunter. That's a deep wall, so he's calling out to his teammates. He has no information. They can get to mini. They can get to secret. As the smokes fade, though, waiting for the follow-up peek. Flashbang for Amanek, and he's baited right into the shot. Good job from Woxic. Immediate trade onto Rops, who wanted to get involved in the action.
I mean, it's a smart time for Robs to be peeking. You could have expected that Kenny's attention would have been elsewhere. Trying to look over the smoke. A bit of a mind game again between Woxic and Kenny.
It's going to go back to the upper bomb site. Kenny coming in through mini with the AWP, perhaps.
20 seconds. They need to go right now. That Molotov will do nothing. Oh, they're running out of time very quickly and still slowing it down. 10 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
Kerrigan hiding on the one side, and they're quick to clear the corner. Frozen gets dropped, but it's all on Kerrigan here. One kill. I think that's enough to have done it. They've run out of time. All they need to do is stay hidden there with Chris, and they'll win the round on time. That's a close round. Woxic saving them, I think, with some of these kills outside.
Yeah, my biggest curious, it's obviously awkward to see them executing with that little time on the clock, but also with 20 seconds, Kenny S is running away from red box all the way back to lobby to provide assistance instead of going through mini to maybe be able to cover the planter when it goes down. Those decisions sometimes with the time, it's easy to lose track of the round time at points, but that time G2's not able to get it done. 5 of the last 6 rounds for mousesports. This defense is, I mean, holding up pretty well considering the struggles that they've had throughout this half.
Yeah, it's shaping up really nicely at the moment.
And the struggles continue is the problem. They haven't won a clean round. So 2 SMGs, Famas, M4, still very light on utility. Woxic is relegated just to a scout.
Was it Frozen and Kerrigan that Pimp was highlighting as needing to do well? And they're both on 3 kills.
It's not great.
He might have been onto something.
Well, got a bit of a ways to go. We've seen today, Kerrigan's been so active in the entry kills, right? On both maps. On the entry attempts, the opening attempts on the T side. So that's, I think, where Kerrigan will be able to have the most impact. Now, certainly, yeah, there's information past that it's only one person outside. Kerrigan off angle behind the smoke, but the Famas is not strong enough, does not have the stopping power. Neither does the UMP, but the MAC-10 does.
Yeah, somehow. They just, I don't know, they just weren't ready inside of that A-bomb side. I'm sure Chris would have been calling it out, saying, you know, it's only one guy out here, don't panic about that. But that doesn't actually help Kerrigan. What is he supposed to do once they're all coming in mini? It's like, well, or through Squeak. Like, thanks, but I'm still alone.
It's been a trend throughout this map. I feel like both of these teams have been able to do very fast, aggressive plays pretty frequently.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's made it really exciting Counter-Strike. we haven't really had a lot of time to just, you know, ponder the existence of Robs.
He's got a kit.
Yeah, he does, but no, he's not. I mean, he would have had to have thrown the Molotov and gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he would have had to have done that as we switched. He had, like, I don't know. I'm fully with you. I want those things to happen more.
I think it's just because the minimap, he obviously doesn't know, but he had a real opportunity to get that done.
He did. Even if he threw the Molotov on the hut to block off that player running, still a pretty good chance the player runs through the Molotov to kill him while he's, you know, actually defusing, but you never know.
True. All right, Anders, ruined my fun.
No, you know what?
Two timeouts left. I know, you've been dying for a ninja for some time now.
A real ninja. I think the problem is, early on in Global Offense, people actually did this even in you know, high-level matches, right? People would try and throw smokes and just hide inside of them and then hope that the enemy incoming team would not realize that one of those smokes wasn't their own. So you just sit with a smoke and a defuse kit inside. And I mean, it was obviously mostly a matchmaking trick, but people actually did attempt it until everyone got way better at the game. And then that doesn't really happen anymore. No. So
Katowice, though, had a couple of really cool ninjas. I think the Snacks one on Mirage was here at Katowice.
Yeah, you could be right.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Either way, we'll have the statistics people, whatever word I'm looking for. They're
numbers people.
Yeah, the numbers, the maths guys. Here we go. Nexa at the door. Again, this is going to be just an explosion as soon as this door opens. Fast and aggressive, but it's slowed down by Frozen. Misses the second opportunity. Kerrigan with a little bit of damage, and it all turned in the favor of G2. There was some opportunities to put a stop to that hit, but G2 is going to have their 7th. They will not be denied. And mousesports, again, you're just going to have to rely on Rops to save this M4.
Hunter just took so many bullets getting through there. He's down to 1 health. But good double kill for him. Even in spite of just being rained on, he actually just kept going, which is pretty good. That will give G2 yet another round, 7-5. Hunter is, you know, he's getting up there. He's close to halfway to where Henry was predicting.
Okay, so Henry's on point today.
Yeah, you know, we'll see. We'll see how close we get.
See how close we get. All right, 7 rounds now. mousesports has to find a way. I mean, again, the small investment, I mean, a lot of the money went into that previous round, so this isn't going to be a strong buy. And it feels like mousesports haven't had many strong buys in this half.
You know, even when they were winning, even if they had that streak of 4 rounds, as you pointed out, it was a real struggle.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
Yes, nice little adjustment. So that I actually think 7-5 is a slightly deceptive scoreline. I actually think G2 are way more in control of this first half than it seems, and they could end up with another 3 rounds in a row here to close it out unless mousesports could come up with something. It was more encouraging earlier when they had the AWP on Woxic. M4 and Robs, it just doesn't have the same stopping power on a map like Nuke that AWP does. Not to say that it can't work out, but harder to find a way to find an easy snipe kill without getting yourself in trouble.
Problem is, it's just so frequently been the only real weapon they've had to work with, and they're trying to have some danger around it each time, but G2 is doing a really good job of staying together and using their utility, as you can see, to cross over safely.
Oh,
Ops finally gets one kill here. That's on to Kenny S. That's a big frag to find. But how many players can mousesports rotate into the lower bomb site? At the moment, they just have 2.
and they have nothing to work with, do they? I mean, that USP, WSP, in fact, super unlikely that you can stop this AK. Couple of AKs coming through. Nearly the timing there, but there was a hunter right behind him. Nexus looking outside late after the rest of the team. Probably hoping to catch someone who's coming in. Actually, Woxic. Oh, the timing
Touching the AWP as well.
Yeah.
Oh, not very well.
No.
Didn't do a good job of it. That'll be in his performance review.
Don't hire him to keep an eye on your family jewelry. I don't know. Do you have that?
What, family jewelry?
Yeah.
I do, actually.
Oh.
Not me, but my family does. Interesting fact for all you viewers. Jax is going to jump out of the window, and he'll get the plant down. He's got plenty of cover. 8 seconds. Actually, I mean, this could be... I guess this is the best attempt. If Chris J was to come through that smoke and put a stop to it, that would have been something crazy. That would have been a miracle.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just more funny if I don't say anything. I don't know why. Yeah, good round once again. 7 now, 8 on the board for G2. 5 rounds for mousesports. And I'm starting to have a feeling that this yard area for mousesports is just, it relies on Woxic to get kills or to guard, and that's so unrealistic when they have all the smokes. It's nothing to do with how good or bad Woxic is playing. That's not the point. The point is the metagame should allow for G2 to either put up smokes to make that AWP very hard to use, or, and I mean, we've seen this a couple of times where it's been close, they actually flash their way through and try and fight Woxic. And if he's just alone out there, that's a little bit tricky. I would love to see a setup where Woxic is still out there with the AWP, but he has a rifle with him that could, maybe distract a little bit. There's one round, I think, where Robs is on the stairs trying to get up and Kenny shut him down. But again, there needs to be, more, I think, just more than that.
Well, the problem, too, is, you also need your defenders at the upper bomb site to be able to hold that at least a little bit. The AWP has a really tough time when they've gone outside and they've been like slower pace. You're giving Woxic the chance to get in position and pick 1 or 2 players off, but G2's been pretty convincing at hitting that upper bomb site. So then, it's hard for that AWP to get into any kind of position to help retake or find any kills. I think G2's playing a very nice T side at the moment.
Yeah, it's really hard to put much of a finger on it. Like
you've said that before on Dust 2, which they did end up losing. But here we go, 8-5. mousesports need to come back. This round has to go in their favor. I almost feel like they need the last 2, just purely for some confidence sake. They have been getting battered here, and this might be the round that helps them get all the players involved. Slow pace. This time it's not a grouped up contact quite yet from G2. So they get some breathing room. They've used a lot of utility early.
Yeah, trying to make sure there's no rushes, basically.
And I think even this time you have the M4 kind of with Woxic. It's outside over in stairs. We've seen Rops in that position before, but we've never really seen that both with Woxic that aggressive behind the box.
I'll take it. The only thing I don't like about this is that Chris does not have a smoke, which means if he gets Molotov, then people do that. It doesn't look like it's going to happen this round. Woxic has a flashbang to flash Chris in, so that's all good, but it might be just purely theoretical because it looks like they're going to be trying to hit the ramp instead with maybe a little bit more aggression. Amanek, he's alone out here, just checking it out, making sure that no one is too close. Deep grenade. Does it clear the corner on Chris?
No.
Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, I'm really interested in what this hit is going to be. It does look like they're lining up for ramp room. Next to the lurk, a little bit of a fake for the upper bomb site. Rob sinking back onto the ramp. Here comes Jax to challenge. Not much of a challenge, and to the upper bomb site we go, but oh, this is going to be very difficult. Karrakin should have a field day. 2 kills, he transfers it over nicely, spamming through, switches out to the AK-47. Woxic picks that one off, and mousesports looking strong here against just a standard set piece. They have no issues.
That was very cool. Karrakin, nice triple. Good throw of the rifle to pick up another one. And 6-8 scoreline. Now, you notice how Frozen got Molotov off of the hut, and he fell down actually right in the line of sight of whoever was down there by the screen door.
Yep.
And he didn't fire his gun at all. And I actually think, I mean, it might not seem like a lot, but it's one of those things where if Frozen does that, if he's like, oh, I'm panicking, I've been Molotoved off, and there's a smoke that I just myself threw, and I'm scared that someone's going to try and shoot, so I'll shoot first. If you do that and you go down, it's such a detriment to that A defense. I just think that was a, good of Frozen to keep his cool in that moment.
I didn't notice this, but I mean, G2 for having a good T-half and winning 8-6. This is their 3rd timeout that's been used. They only have 1 left. And again, those might not ever be an issue, but it's just interesting to see three timeouts used in a half in which they're having success.
15th round, end of the half. It's very even. I like this. I want third maps to be close. You know, you want to see both teams have a realistic shot. Even though I agree, G2 have been looking way more confident. Mousesports have managed to hang in there, which is what they've, you know, done previously, and we all know how that works out. Robs, they've wanted to challenge him a couple of times, but he's been holding his own very well down here in ramp room and pretty much across the map. So we'll see how it goes if they actually try and come through that smoke. They've got a whole army set up on the other side, so he'd have to get a kill and just try and fall back, and now he's in a very strange position. I was going to say, if he's just trying to walk back, could be the perfect timing for them for a long fight here. You don't want that. Just escape with what you've got, a bit of damage, and make it back around the corner. Molotov preventing Woxic from getting into play, so they've got the ramp room.
He's so lucky to be alive as well. Jax went for that peek, which is bold because you know it's an AWPer, but he had the advantage there for a moment. It's only the one player. It's only Rops that's downstairs for the moment, and G2 reassessing. They're going to hit upper. They want to go right at Frozen. They want to go right at Kerrigan. Woxic is here as well, and Chris J is going to be able to come through mini, although Amanek is lurking outside, so there's some danger. That's a big fight for Rops. There's the peek from Door. All the kills going the way of G2.
Amanek, that's a big pickup. Kenny with 2 huge AWP shots, and Kerrigan down here. Still 40 seconds. They're coming from every angle. They're wrapping around left and right. Hunter will finally take him down. And 9 rounds on the board for G2 at the end of the half, so they get that last round in there. It's going to be a very close second half when we return after the break. Stay with us.
Where the sun doesn't go down, and we will drift away until the day the world stops spinning. Oh, baby. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, yeah. The stars falls around us, entwining us. So baby, stay with me where the sun doesn't go down, and we will drift away until the day the world stops spinning, 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 until the day the world stops spinning.
final half is coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be 9-6 in favor of G2 as we get this third and final map to a conclusion. This has been a very, very close game in a bunch of different ways. Both teams have shown a lot of strength and a lot of persistence. I mean, mousesports, when they've been losing, they've sort of hung in there. They've got the rounds on the board that they need. It means they still have a chance. G2 just does look like the more dominant team here in the third map, but that can change.
Well, listen, after mousesports comes back from that 12-3 deficit on Dust 2, I don't think you can really sit here and count them out of this half at all whatsoever. Mousesports have already shown that they know how to dig deep and just stay in these games for as long as possible to catch fire. Fast pace, a lot of attention towards the inner bomb site. Frozen and Rops making a play outside. It's a bit of utility utilized. They've gotten the P250 into position. Kenny doesn't want to mess with it. That's a good shot from Hunter and an even better second one. That might just be the pistol round, and I almost thought he would shoot through the smoke. Kerrigan is going to lose his life as well. Hunter is a monster at the moment.
This is outrageous. He hasn't even reloaded yet. He's going to go for it more. Finally get a chance to go for the reload. Jumping, and Kenny trying his best to save his teammate. Nice triple kill for Hunter. You could tell he was feeling pretty good after the first couple of kills there. 10-6, and G2, that's a pretty strong start now all of a sudden.
That's such a disgusting sequence from Hunter.
What?
Ooh. Woo!
He even stopped them right on top of each other.
Same spot. He's consistent. Finding Kerrigan as well, trying to be sneaky. 10-6. Now, if G2 can convert these next two rounds, then you start to say, then mousesports is really going to be tested one more time, and a test that they really just don't want to have to do so frequently. A comeback of that quality. They've already done it once in this series. Having to do it twice is just almost too much to ask.
I was going to say, even across as many games as we end up casting, that's a rarity. So to expect it to happen twice in one series, that's maybe too much.
Jax, the man who revolutionized auto shotgun play in Ramp Room.
He did make a name for himself, not just across one game.
So proud to have that badge around his neck as well.
You know, it's a medal, right? Happy about it. Oh, nearly, but interrupted by Kerrigan, who wants more headshots. Trying to line that one up, and now they're pushing out a hut in the meantime. I like the timing here. Oh, and Rob's coming in. They were so low on health from having that fight with Chris J. So a 2-on-2, and a lot of damage that G2 just weren't expecting here. The auto shotgun, though, that range, it's, I don't know, no one knows how that works. It's pure sorcery. Sometimes you get instant headshot dinks, and other times there's nothing.
Well, as we said, Jax is the man. Jax showed us it was all possible, so I trust in him. Woxic, I think this is an impossible kill to check for. I don't think there's any way. There's way too many different angles. So G2 survive a scare. There's if you replay that round, there's like 5 or 6 different ways that round could have just slipped away, and mousesports wins a dominant second round. Fortunately for them, it doesn't pan out that way. 5-round lead for G2 and an economic lead as well. Like these fights here, if they win either one of those, if like Rops doesn't have to get both of these kills.
Yeah, it's a different round, different game altogether. They're back on Deagles and a couple of Glocks. A little bit of armored scattered across the mousesports side. They've really got no grenades, so I don't know. I guess at that point you're just hoping to, you know, sniping a kill, find an opening some random way. Kind of wish they would have had just one flashbang to set up, you know. If they run out of time, if they get bored waiting around for G2 to do something, pop that flashbang somewhere and go. Jax is ready.
I like this. I hope he pushes up all the way. When this smoke clears, oh, that would have been fun.
Yeah, it hits the corner.
Yeah, well, I just wanted him to use it as cover to get, through that smoke, but he backs away. He's playing it smart, which I understand entirely. Obviously, he's going to be boosted up. That'll let them rotate away. Boost is
not successful.
Busted up, and because they made noise, they don't want to have anything to do with it. Meanwhile, Kerrigan and Frozen are finding plenty of room to work with outside, but that space stops now. Kenny has the angle, and I mean, he just drops Frozen with ease.
Mini's a little bit exposed here. Really quick to go for the flick there with the M4. Gonna be just fine.
Can't believe he just peaked with 2 HP.
Yeah, he's still going at it. Again, medium range pistol might be a better choice for it, and they'll find an end to that round too. 12-6, doubling the round score of mousesports, and things just looking better all the time. Now, mousesports are going to have rifles, and if they want the same kind of Cinderella story here on Nuke, then...
Starts right now.
Yeah.
Starts at this round, and it must be must be stringing a lot of rounds together right off the back of it. Here we go. 4 AK-47s, the Krieg, plenty of nades as well for the mousesports side.
2 people early on in ramp. Jackson, Nexa. Actually, Nexa's going to run down right away. She's going to go all the way to the secret stairs to head outside, which is, you know, seems like a good idea for now. They're actually coming that way, so maybe he's going to get a chance to sneak someone if he's quick about it. He'll slow down, and they're right on top of him. Woxic and Frozen were flashed through that smoke to see if anyone was out there. A very assertive, very quick and aggressive take of this yard from mousesports. You can do so much with this, assuming that you can find your way into that first kill.
No one's really peeking from either side. No one's really being the aggressor. Everyone's kind of paused and waiting and holding their breath, looking for the response from the other team. So we have this weird stalemate going on.
Dangerous move from Kenny. He's moved out of hell behind that smoke, and now that it's fading, but again.
He did this earlier in the previous round, and I think at least then it was obvious it was part of a plan to attack outside with his teammates in mini, and it almost backfired, but I agree with you. It's a very risky movement.
45 seconds.
Here's some more utility usage. Woxic looking for that peek from above, and he just missed the timing on it. Kenny's going to go for more. He's lucky to be alive. 13 HP as he backs off. A lot of space in mini for Kerrigan to work with. 1 in sight, 2 in the rafters. There's the first one down. That's Kenny. Yes, Kerrigan now trying to cover his teammate, and Chris J is just going to provide all the entries.
They saw this weakness in the previous round. It's almost a repeat coming through. Nexa and Jax doing a bit, and Jax, he's going to swap out for the AK. Smoke goes up. There is not that much time left. 10 seconds. Oh, and he guesses it! The smoke! He thought he was safe there, Frozen. And just like that, it's a one-on-one. Jax coming back. I think he may have thought it was going to be a wrap to the B-bomb side or something like that, but now he definitely knows. And he's right in around the corner. Chris walks into it and still lands the headshot. A wonderful triple kill here for Chris J. They needed that very, very badly, but
he saves
so close.
He saves them time after time. He had the entries and the close of that round. And I think also, I mean, unfortunately for Jax, phenomenal sequence from him, but you never expect Chris J, the terrorist, after the bomb is planted in that scenario, to push into HUD, to push into your location. This is beautiful stuff. Great timing. One more buy for G2. Amanek has the auto shotgun this time. AWP on Kenny S. Look at this busted buy that mousesports has out of a win. That feels horrible.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the story for them, even when they were on the other side, right? It just keeps happening. They win rounds, but a lot of noise. Nexa, he's counting the footsteps. And Kenny should be ready for it. He does miss a chance here, and they're just going to try and continue. He actually comes back for it up the stairs. I don't even know how mad you have to be to try and do that, but they are flanking left instead, trying to see if they can wrap the bomb side that way. Everyone knows they're here. They're now themselves getting flanked. mousesports, they need to break through. They need to get onto this bomb site before it's too late, and that might have been right now.
No, they're going to go up the vent. They're going to find an escape route. I think there's one up in the rafters on top of the HUD. That's the shotgun. Amanex got him. Headshot to Chris J, and the follow-up on Kerrigan. mousesports found the route they needed to take, but there was a shotgun on the other side, and it's just Rops. 1 versus 4. Oh, and I don't think he can do anything.
Seems unlikely. Nexa kind of covering 2 angles. A little bit of a jump down from Kenny. He's looking that way, and that will be the end of the round. 13-7. Oh, I mean, they got down there, but again, there was so much information, and then they stopped.
Yeah, the stall out was brutal.
How did Kenny know to run back? Doesn't that seem like craziness? You run back against the whole crew of people?
I think, well, he also knows he has teammates there, right? I imagine the communication, since they know it's coming, he's got that one teammate in vent protecting him. It's just, you know, back away, just don't get picked off. You've got an entire squad ready to help you out. The flank was the really brutal one. That double kill from behind is just so harsh. Yeah, mousesports uses their final timeout. This one right here.
And Nexa was the one that hurt them to begin with.
Yeah.
So it's also obviously good stuff.
And that's why, I mean, that's what's impressive about Kenny falling back as well. It's just, you know, the trust in your team, saying, you know, Nexa's passing along all the information, and Kenny probably realizes, you know, I don't have to do everything on my own. I got this off. He did miss his first shot. If he hits his first shot, maybe he goes for a repeat, but once you miss that first one, and they can start closing the distance on you. I'm
just impressed he actually ran back to the stairs. I thought he was just going to escape over to the window room and say, I'll just stay here. Hunter up on Mini, or up on Hunt, sorry. Going to get the 1 kill before he goes down, and now Woxic in a 1 versus 4. Trying with the Deagle, they know where he is, and Yeah, pretty much a limit on how long he keep doing that. Grenade for his revenge there. 14-7. G2 are 2 rounds away from taking down mousesports in this best of 3. I think they would, yeah, they'd be excited about winning this game right about now. 22 kills on Kenny. And Henry 4 kills away on Hunter there. For me, the prediction.
He said 24 kills on Hunter?
He said 24. G2 winning.
He sees the future, that man. Wow, 1 round on this T side for mousesports. Round number 4. The only round they're able to put on the board.
So, if Henry's able to read the future, he's got so much explaining to do about how his
about everything.
How his life is turning out. Chris goes down, and so does Frozen. It's Jax with 2 big kills, long range with the AUG. They wanted to really power through that, and I don't think they just weren't expecting it. I don't think that's a position you can even easily flash. He's just so tucked into that corner.
I think at this point in the series, G2 is just so used to the style that mousesports is bringing out. This like fast, aggressive, take a lot of control really early, and then see what you can do with it after that. And I think they're fine to just play gun out and take the kills. This would be huge if Woxic can complete that. They're right back in the round. Kenny has got his teammates, and now it's all on Woxic. And yeah, that smoke plume's a little bit late. Woxic's got a battle for everything. There's the nade right on his position. The easy cleanup as well. G2, 8 rounds to finish off this series, 15-7.
They've won 1 round on their T side here. And, I mean, again, that just causes so much trouble. The rounds that they've lost, they've all been elimination rounds. No bomb plants, no nothing. They don't have the economy to keep fighting. And it shows. This round is a Galil, a UMP, a MAC-10, and a Deagle. Plenty of grenades, which is kind of good news. But the road back now just doesn't really seem possible.
No, it doesn't, but looks like mousesports have made a call right out of spawn, just towards the upper bomb site. Molotov smokes, flashbangs through the windows. We'll see what they can do. Amanek is up here, Hunter is here, Nexa is in mini as well. Hunter getting burned out, but the other 2 players get their kills immediately. This is going to all be shut down. This should be the map. There's nowhere for mousesports to go. 2 versus 3, going to try and reassess towards ramp room, but they're going to be met by Kenny S.
Put out that Molotov, just trying with the Deagle. It actually looked like it could have connected. Hunter will flank around to take down Frozen, and it leaves Robs 1 versus 2 to try and continue the series, and he can't. Hunter will drop him 16-7 as they take down mousesports. It took all 3 maps, but a very strong performance